Alright, hey you guys! It is TsubakiSwagg and I'm coming to you with my review of Prison School episode 10, and I have to say, I honestly don't even know where to begin with this episode. I have to say, this episode is probably worse than the first one, and I didn't even know that was possible. Like, we know the torment and torture we went through in the first episode of this lovely show, and this episode was by far the worst. Oh my god. And I'm gonna throw my cat away because he keeps acting up. If you hear a bell, it's him. So in this episode, just all types of fuckery ensued. Like, oh Lord Jesus, because we all know that pretty much their expulsion is imminent, and in this episode we find out that it's only about like maybe 2 days away, 2 or 3 days. It starts out at like 2 or 3 days away because they weren't able to do Gakto's plan to buy them some more time, or to expose the underground student council for the people that they really are, and that they are the reason why they're being expelled, and they set them up and all that good stuff, but they weren't able to do it. So now their expulsion is pretty much imminent, and there's nothing that they can do about it. Their spirits are broken, and Gakto has flown completely off the freaking handle. Like, he is an absolute loon, and he already was before any of this started, which is a little scary if you think about it that way. But I mean, what else can you do? So, gosh, this episode, honestly don't even know where to start with the stupidity that was in this episode, as far as like I said, like Gakto being a complete idiot and asking Maiko to, like, when she asked them what they wanted for their final meals, Gakto said that he wanted fried grasshoppers, which is absolutely disgusting. I know people do eat it. They eat candy covered roaches and all that kind of stuff. Me personally, no. But he wanted fried grasshoppers, so she ran outside with a net, sweating her butt off catching grasshoppers, and then he didn't eat them. I guess it's because he was completely off his rocker that he said that, but as soon as he started eating them, I guess it brought him back to his senses. And then this, when they devised a plan. When they devised a plan, they never even really told us what the plan was, but they devised a plan to try to gain them some more, well, not necessarily gain them some more time, but be able to get them, at least have a foot in the door so they won't get expelled. And it turned on them. Like, they weren't even able to get that much time, because like Maiko came after she gave them their food and gave them the paper that they had to fill out, because they had to write their own resignation. So they technically weren't being expelled. If you think about it that way, they were pretty much resigning. So I mean, in that aspect, it really freaking sucks, because they're pretty much signing their lives away. But just this episode. Other than that, we also see like Hannah still doesn't remember what happened between her and Kiyoshi, and her like fondling a mushroom and one falling in between her legs made her remember that her and Kiyoshi had a moment. Not necessarily a good moment, but they had a moment, and she remembered, and she was ready to chop Kiyoshi's head off. Well, she chopped his dick off, if you think about it that way. Well, she chopped it off at the base, or she chopped the head off, whichever one you decide. But Hana looks like she is about to F some S up. For real. Like, oh my god, this episode. And then the whole explanation of why Kiyoshi was a butt man, and just, oh my god. Just, I was not prepared at all for this episode. Genuinely was not prepared. And the fact that Kiyoshi went through that whole like minute-long speech of why he was a butt man, and talking about like in ancient times, and when men were when the human race was evolving. And please tell me why that monkey was Gakto and the other monkey was Maiko, or Madam Vice President. That I will never understand. And then the And then the chairman of the school got up and embraced Kiyoshi and was like, we're kindred spirits. And it was just the fuckery of this episode just made me angry. It made my head hurt. I was not prepared at all for this episode, and it made me sad watching it, because I was like, it made me lose all hope in humanity. Honestly, don't even know how to feel. I don't even know how to end this review. It's just, if you love stupidity, you'll love this episode. If you don't, you'll probably find this episode really, really stupid, because it was out there. And I honestly fear for the people who wrote this show, who wrote this episode. I fear for their families, because I know that they be really going through it if they act anything like how they act on this show. Lord Jesus, just was not prepared at all for this episode. But yeah, so as always, I'd love to hear how you guys felt about this episode. How do you feel about the way things turned out? But please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps me a whole lot. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.